Hello everybody and welcome to another Thrinacia webinar video. My name is Kyle and I'm a business developer here at Thrinacia. I'm here with David.
Hi, I'm a front-end developer here at Thrinacia. I take care of how things look and I collaborate with our clients to customize the platform to suit their needs.
So in this video, we're going to show you guys 3 specific customizations that you can add to your platform that may be really helpful. So as you can see on my screen here, this is the default template that you get when you first sign up for an Atlas SaaS subscription. So you can see we've populated the default template with some videos and some campaigns here. This is what it's going to look like when you first subscribe. Now, if I go back up to the top, I'm going to show you guys the sort of customizations that we're going to show you guys how to add to your platform. So as you can see, there's a different font here. We're going to show you guys how you can add fonts to your platform, as well as there is a blog tutorial on how to do this. We're going to add that blog tutorial to the description of the video. If you scroll down, you can see that there's a hover effect on the campaign thumbnails here. We're going to show you guys how to add that through CSS. And then at the bottom, there's multiple different columns here. There's 5 different columns that you can add to any section of your website, any page of your website. And we're going to show you how to use Semantic UI, our UI framework, for adding that. So David, he's going to show you guys how to add the code, and I'm going to let him share his screen here.
Okay. Alrighty. So as I share my screen. Okay. So as you can see, this is the site we were just on. This is the basic site. Like see, there's 3 columns. There's no hover effect. Font is the default. If we go into, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to add more columns to the bottom banner here. So right now there's 3 columns. If we go into the admin dashboard under portal settings and then theme settings, scroll down, you'll see a section for the bottom banner. So right now the bottom banner is set to basically display the default, where basically you fill in some fields and it populates based on such. But you can also input your own custom HTML into the banner. So right now, the custom HTML has 3 columns, just like the default. But if I go into the code view here, you can see that you can actually input your own code and then make it how many columns you want, whatever you want actually. So you can see from the beginning, it says LM column grid UI center align 3 column stackable page grid. So a column grid is basically saying, oh, there's going to be columns. And the center align means it's aligned in the center. And 3 columns, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's going to be 3 columns. So if we want to add more, let's just say we want to make it 5 columns. We'll just change this to 5 column stackable page grid. And as you can see in the bottom here, I actually have some pre-made columns here. But basically what we're doing is just replicating the column that's already there. So as you can see, this is a LM column. So this defines to a semantic UI that this is a column. And if we basically copy the structure and then like replicate it twice, we'll have 2 more columns. Makes sense? Just get rid of the comment tag. Yeah. So I made 2 more columns. One says customizable. You can personalize it, and then developer ready. You can change stuff in the code. And then with new semantic UI icons here, you can just change it to whatever you want as defined by semantic UI's columns. And then if I click save theme settings, it's being saved.
So there is a parent div there with 5 different child divs. And if you want, you can add the class of an icon from Semantic UI.
Exactly. So
Okay.
like you mentioned, the parent class is this first div here. It's what defines that there's going to be 5 columns and they're going to be center aligned.
Yeah.
And the child classes are the actual columns themselves, and there's 5 of them. Makes sense? Parent with 5 children. So if
Cool.
we go back to the home page and then just reload it.
Now, if viewers want to get more information on Semantic UI and how to add those classes, they can go onto the Semantic website for all that documentation.
Yeah, for sure. And as you can see, we now have 5 columns instead of the 3 that we had before.
Cool.
Okay. The next thing I want to show you guys is how to change the font here at the top. So what you do is let's just go into the code editor here. You'll see, and just move this window out of the way. Alrighty. So in the index.html, we have I'm not sure if this is mentioned, but we have a blog post on how to change fonts with sFTP. That explains basically what I'm doing here. So in index.html, you'll see there's a place for putting fonts. So basically what you do is you just link any font you like into here, and they'll be updated across the site. So this is the line I added. So I added a new Google font called Kavanmar. And if you then build the site and then push it to sFTP, you'll see the changes reflected. There's actually another change I want to show you guys at the same time, so then I can just do one push, basically. It would be the hover effect. So right now, as you can see, there's no hover effect. Well, it's very small. It's not very noticeable. You can see the bottom here, there's a little shadow that grows bolder when you hover over it. But that's basically the extent of the shadow effect right now. So if you want them to pop out some more, like you want these campaign cards to be really, really like popping out of the screen, if you go into the custom SCSS. Well, this I should mention. This is running off a Sass CSS, and when you edit Sass, you should make sure that the Sass is actually running. So yeah, so you just go Sass watch. Yeah, exactly. Sass watch custom style compressed, and I'm in the source folder right now. So just make sure that's running, and then when you change something here, let's just say we want to make it, I don't know, like 5 pixels, then save, you'll see that, oh, it found a change and it basically compiled a new CSS for us when we did that. So after you change let's change this back to 3. After you implement all the CSS and the index HTML you like, you can if you build the source folder, and then go back to the ANGAP folder where the build is, and push that to the server. So just like gulp build. This is going to take a while, so I'm not going to do it, but you just basically go to gulp build, and then what that does is it builds into the ANGAP folder like we explained in the previous episode. I'll just do that again. If we go back to app and then go into ANGApp, yeah, so this is where all the builds would be. So you basically just do, like the git add and then like push. And then after you add everything to the repository, basically to push it, I've already done this in the past, so I'm just gonna go change my repository. Sorry, branch, I should say. I think it's called demo site.
And so just to be clear, specified SaaS subscriptions come with Git access. Not all of them come with Git access. So we're accessing the code through Git here and pushing live through Git. So.
Yeah. So if I then go here and then reload the page, hard reload. You'll see that, oh, I should also mention, in the nav.html, just for demonstration purposes, I changed the navbar to now be the new font that we added. So just so you know.
Okay, so 1 second there.
Yeah.
Go back to that.
To the code?
Yes. So if they want to add the code there, all they have to do is just add the font family that they've imported from Google Fonts or whatever with the font size. That's all just CSS styling that they add to whatever they want.
Exactly. So once you add the font to the index.html, it's available site-wide. So anywhere in that site, you can now use the new font that you added. So this is basically just inline CSS, just like any other. And then, you just set the font. So if we go back, so you now see we have a new funky text on top. And now if we scroll to the bottom and hover our mouse, you see there's a much bolder outline over the campaign cards when we hover our mouse over it.
Can we see that that code again?
Yeah, for sure.
So the custom SCSS there, if you click on that tab, this is adding the border around the campaign thumbnail.
Exactly. So the campaign card, I'll just show you easier if I just like inspect here. So like, well, make this bigger, it's kind of tiny. All right, so you can see that this is part of a campaign card. It's in a class called campaign card, and then above that, sorry, in the parent of the campaign card class is a class called campaign thumb, and the parent of that, see, it's just following it like a hierarchy. So if we go back, so above campaign card, there's campaign thumb. Above campaign thumb, there's just the body and the HTML. So it's just basically following a little hierarchy, and then you can add a hover rule to that campaign card. So when you put your mouse over the campaign card, it shows up a border and a shadow.
Cool. Awesome. So those are the type of customizations you could make on the platform if you want to, add a border, add different fonts. As you can see, you can add the different fonts to whatever section that you may want, whether it be the nav. Maybe you want to add it to the campaign thumbnails or the campaign cards, as we showed you guys there, as well as any other parts to the site. And as well as you can add different columns to any section of the site, whether it be a different page or like I said, just a different section of the home page or whatnot, as we showed you guys there. There's multiple different ways that you can customize your site through the code and through the admin dashboard, as you guys could see there. If you guys are experiencing any issues, you can always create a support ticket, or you can go to our website, Thrinacia.com, and you can go into the top navigation there. Thanks, David. You can go in the top navigation there and click on Slack.
Get live chat.
Live chat, I should say. And that'll bring you to the Slack chat where you can create a profile and ask us any questions to get live feedback. So I hope we hope this webinar video helped you. My name is Kyle.
Yep, and I'm David.
Thank you very much.